Hello, my aliens. This is Megan here again. Meg.A., as my dad called me. So, just wanted to come on here and kind of do a little, or my personal experience with journaling. I've been seeing a lot of people getting into journaling, and a lot of people are wanting to know how to journal and everything, and I feel like this is something that I definitely could speak on, give you a little bit of intake on, because I've been journaling for like 20 years. 21 years. Yeah, my math is a little slow, I'm not the math whiz. Yeah, I've been journaling writing since I was 7 years old, and I just want to come and just talk about like the benefits of journaling, because seeing several videos about it, and one of the biggest things that I'm actually love seeing that you guys are wanting to journal, and I'm loving that a lot of people are saying pen to paper, actually writing in a journal. Okay, it's cool if you want to write in a journal or do your journaling electronically. That's cool. However, as you could tell by my face, I prefer the pen to the paper, and a lot of people that journal do prefer the pen to paper route. I have like a box full of journals that I've kept throughout these few years. But yeah, I definitely would recommend that for that reason, because it's something about mentally, how when you're mentally like writing, it's something that it just does something like emotionally, like it's just like I can't explain it. I can't explain it the right way. It's just something that I've always been fulfilled by. I've always felt like it's a sacred place. It's the perfect place for you to be you, write how you want to write, say what you want to say with freedom of judgment. It's always good to have those judge-free things that you have in your life, that thing that's just solely for you. And I feel like journaling does that. So I just felt like just coming and putting it out there as to what I think as a person that has been writing as well as journaling for I didn't know it was journaling at first. Don't get me wrong. When I was like 7 years, I did not know. I just knew my dad was like, just as a little background, I just knew he was like, if you need to talk to me and you can't get in touch with me, or, just write. Just write, mail it to me, give it to me the next time you see me, hold on to them, whatever. Like, always just write. So writing has been like a big part of my life, like so serious, like it just really has. I can go on and on just telling you about writing, but I'm gonna save that. And I'll probably do another video on like my favorite type of journals, because I do have a lot of journals. I've kept a lot of journals. I've switched different styles throughout where I feel like my safe place is. Lately, for the past maybe like 3 or so years, it's been like the Moleskines for me, the Leuchtturms, the Leuchtturm 1917. I got like 15 of them right now that gotta be written in. Excited about that. But yeah, I just wanted to share as to one of the biggest things that I feel journaling is going to do for you. And I am so glad that I am seeing so many videos and so many people that are actually wanting to journal. Like in 2024, August, today, like I'm seeing videos from just 2 days ago. People writing, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. So just like when it comes to journaling, it's like people are just like, I don't know where to start. I'm gonna give you the best place. I'm gonna tell you my personal experience of why I feel the best place to start is with what the heck you feel. Why? Because that's how I started. So that's definitely going to be my input and my intake on it. And even when I do a writing video, I'm going to tell you how you can build your writing from journaling, because that's what I've done. Like when it came to like poetry, I love poetry. I have a love-hate relationship with poetry, which will be a video for another day. I have a love-hate relationship with poetry. I've always loved it, but I hated it because of how it was taught in school. School teaches you that you have to rhyme. I'm not no rhymer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm like the one who I feel what I feel, and I gotta get what I feel, and I'm gonna put it out there, And even in its raw form, it's going to form something. That's me. Like, even an unedited piece of poetry is beautiful to me. Like, I prefer unedited poetry. Like, if you're spewing out something from raw emotion, that's going to be some of the best poetry. And that's it's my poetry. That's how I write my poetry. But it all comes from me journaling. Like, that's sometimes I didn't ever realize throughout the years that when I was journaling that it was poetry. Like, so I would just really just sometimes I would just sit and I'd be feeling something, and it would just be like, man, it feels like this. It feels as this. I can relate to that because of this. And it's just like, it just started piecing together whole poetry. So, first, I want to say, great that you're wanting to journal. Awesome, amazing. And I just want to give you the perks of it and what it's going to do. And one of the biggest things that it's going to do, it is going to strengthen your mental health. Like it is going to mentally, and it's mentally going to strengthen your mental health, because like I said, when you do the pen to paper, it's something about writing things. Like, if you're a kinesthetic learner, you're going to know that. Like, it's just something like me. I have to write stuff down. That's the way it sticks. Like, I used to rewrite my college notes over and over again because it just stuck for me that way, and re-explain it to myself. That's the speaking part. So I'm kind of a mixture of them, but I'm mainly a kinesthetic. But it's like, you have, like, when it comes to that mental breakdown, sometimes, and like when you journaling, you have sometimes some people are like, when they write something, they're like wanting to go back and change it. No, write an unedited raw version of what you're feeling. I don't care how blunt you are. You don't want to sugarcoat no journaling entries. Do not do that. Like, the best thing that I can say, like, wholeheartedly from my journaling experience is writing exactly what you feel. If you feel like crap about something you have done that you know you shouldn't have done, write it exactly such as that. Write exactly what you are feeling. Because as you slowly start to write it, and as you slowly start doing that as time go on, next day you write what you feel. When you slowly start feeling better, you start seeing your journey of how you got through it. So when that journal is completed, you title that journal, you put something on the spine of it, like, this is year, or on the inside of it, this was between year, this journal was done between this month. Maybe you filled it up in 6 months, and you just put that time frame on there. Therefore, when you start going back through another dark moment down the line, because let's just be honest, it's seasons of darkness. Like, sometimes life is like, yeah, the next minute life be lifing. So, what in that time frame, when you start finding yourself in a similar situation and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get through it, for one, we already know God, you rely on God. But for you to take the action part, write it out, journal it. Journaling is so strong for your mental health, and that's the biggest thing I can tell you. Like, when it comes to journaling and writing, like, that is going to be big for your mental health. And that's something that I can wholeheartedly attest to. Like, I feel like the strengthening of my mental health was because I've always been able to, even in my darkest moments, I journaled, I wrote. I even sometimes look back at some of my old journals, not proud of, like, the things I may have done, or maybe the things I might have said, or whatever, or how I may have reacted to a situation. But I look back at it and I'm like, I know what not to do. So another thing, do not discard your written, like, your journaling. Do not discard it, because hold on to it, because you don't know when you're going to have to use that as a stepping stone to get through another season of that you might be experiencing. It's a great reminder of basically you realizing, like, okay, I've gone through worse before. I got through it. This is a whole booklet of what I've gotten through, what I've accomplished in this time frame. Through this time frame, things was hard. Through this time frame, this was going on, but I got through it. And you can always go back to it, so it strengthens your mental health. That is one of the biggest things that journaling is going to do. It's going to strengthen your mental health. And like I said, I'm loving seeing that there's so many people doing this. And just getting into it. I'm loving it. Another thing that I feel like journaling helped with is it helped me see different perspectives. It opened my mind a lot. Like I said, journaling for me triggered me to, because I write short stories and things of that nature. So it would help me to kind of create writing prompts for myself. Like I would write, like I'd kind of be like, if I had an initial feeling in my head when I started writing, I'd use that as my prompt. Like when you think you don't know what to write, it's always something you can write about. And I learned that, and I would kind of be like, oh, why am I feeling angry today? But yeah, that would be my writing prompt. Like I would use that prompt to get me through like that writing for the day. Like if I whatever intense feeling I was whatever intense emotion I would be feeling, I would just use that and just go with it. So like the how to journal, there's no really right or wrong way to journal. And I'll tell that to anybody that wants to journal. There is no right or wrong way. The important thing is to start. Just start. Just start with, even if you don't know how to fully express yourself, and that's another thing, it helps you to start being able to express yourself in ways that, if in case you're somebody who might need to improve how you express yourself, it'll help you with communication skills. It's so many different things that journaling, I feel, has done for me personally. I can't speak for anybody else's experiences, but for me personally, that is so many different things that journaling has done. But just like some of the major few is, yeah, it will improve your communication skills. It will help you express yourself in a healthier way. Because there were times where when I would write some of my darkest, like some of my most darkest feelings, some of my most darkest emotions, like, yeah, we all have them. And that's something I don't get, why people try to act like they don't have. Oh, I've never wanted to do this to somebody, or no, I've never, look, I'm gonna be honest, yes, yeah, in some of my, in some of your thoughts, you do be revengeful. You do, how else are you gonna process that type of thing? Not saying you're going to act on it, not saying you're writing a playbook, but just journaling about like how a person may have made you feel, like all of that. Like that's helpful. That's helping you to process that emotion in a way that's keeping you from acting upon it instead of you being impulsive. So I did used to carry my journal around with me, especially when I was going through the time where after my dad, where some years after my dad passed, I started carrying around a journal with me on the regular, because I was wanting to process why my triggers were intense. Like my triggers started getting intense. So that was when I realized, like, okay, grieving wise, I haven't started to grieve. I've been doing some of everything to suppress it. I need to just let what I'm feeling, I need to let it feel. So I'm heavy on the writing what you feel, because it's too much suppression that has gone on. It's a whole lot of things going on, and I'm glad mental health is becoming a priority to a lot of people. That's a great thing. I'm very big with mental health, and that's why ultimately why I'm making this video too, is because I do feel like journaling is a big major contributor to my mental health, and has times when I felt at my lowest, it helped me to balance out. It created like a balance for me to kind of be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling dark in this season. I need something. Yeah, of course you need God, but you got to do that action. You got to do that action. So I know I would journal. I'd write some of my darkest feelings, whatever I was feeling. I basically allowed myself to feel it for whatever time it may be. Even if you find yourself kind of, sometimes people be like, I want to stop journaling because I feel like I'm writing and saying the same thing over and over. I don't want to keep reliving those feelings. If that's how you feel, that is exactly how you feel. I don't care if you write one sentence. I don't care if you write 3 sentences. I don't care if you write 3 pages. As long as you're getting it out somewhere to where it's not going to hurt anybody else. Because what pent up suppression of emotions is going to do, it's going to make you react in a way that's not positive. It's going to create even more triggers. That's the reason why you have sometimes you might cut somebody off, and next thing you know, they're driving beside you waving a gun. They're on the brink of that trigger. They're like, they haven't processed whatever it is that has led them to that point. And that's something that I highly recommend, and I love with journaling. Like, it helps you to process emotions. And that's another reason a therapist is going to recommend that for you as well. Like, it helps you to see things, and then over the years you kind of see this trail of how when you was in this particular situation, it gives you like, okay, I got through that. Let me like this is familiar to me. Let me go back and grab that journal and kind of flip through and read it. So yeah, like, I definitely would recommend you journaling out your feelings and journaling out your emotions in a raw state. There are so many ways you can journal. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. Like me, I've been lately on Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, which is Meg.A.DarkAlien writer, I've been doing like trying to be more consistent with it, posting a writing prompt, a journaling prompt. And it's usually triggered from something I may have felt or I might be feeling that day. I think the one about the heart that I posted maybe like some days back earlier this week, that one was exactly what I felt, because I was in a mood where I woke up and I was like what how are the people out there who have a lot of heart, a lot of love to give to people, how are they feeling today? Not the people, I mean, no, you know, how are the people that has been the good, genuine hearted people, how are they feeling today? So, you know, how are the people that's been taken advantage of? What's your heart looking like? Even the people that may be the ones doing the taking advantage of, you can, you know, what is your heart like? So I did a prompt to kind of get you to assess your heart a little bit. So if you're interested in writing journaling prompts, you can follow me for that. And I will follow back, of course, but I would be posting those regularly to kind of help people. Now I see that there's a lot of people getting into journaling, which I'm excited for, and for my writers. But yeah, there was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, it can also help you with expressing yourself. It can help you with communication skills. You know, some people that don't really, they be like, I don't know how to communicate, or I don't know how to express myself. Journal, because that will help you to build the communication skills, and that can help you in your personal life, your relationships with others. It can help you to process things, you know, a lot more better, a lot more smoothly, in a way that doesn't turn into a major trigger. It's helped my anger. I know the times when I was very angry, that's usually when it's like some very good poetry can come out of that too. Well, it definitely will help you with expressing yourself better, because I know that was one way that was my form of communication. If I'm able to write you, I'm going to write you a letter and express to you what's deep in my heart. If I can't say it to you, or if it's hard to say to you, it's definitely a great form of self-expression, and we should bring back writing letters. But it definitely will help improve your mental health. It will help with those triggers. It'll help you with those dark moments. It, to me, is one of the healthiest ways to express your dark moments, because let's just be honest here, there's not many people out here that's okay with like stating how dark they're feeling on the inside. The society has yet to make that a comfortable thing to do. That's ultimately why I'm wanting to build a community like that, to where you could actually be okay saying, you know, I really feel suicidal. I don't feel enough. I don't feel like this. If we could get to the point where we could actually talk more like that, without being like, oh my God, they're suicidal, somebody call 911, or oh my God, they're going to kill themselves, let me record it. Like, if we could get to the point where we could actually openly talk like that in a secured place, where no one's going to judge you, no one's going to make you feel stupid, no one's going to make you feel like you need to be doped up with a bunch of meds or antidepressants, or you're crazy, or you're this or that, or just wanting to know so they can run and talk about you behind your back. They're like, that's the purpose of that, is to help you like realize like your dark moments don't have to be your dark moment alone. So, but I highly do recommend journaling. I really, really do. I can't stress that enough, and I'm glad to see a community and people that are wanting to dive into it more. And yeah, it is the biggest reason that I can tell you from my personal experience of 21 years of journaling, It is the best thing for your mental health. It is going to save your mental health if you commit to it. And yeah, there are going to be times where you journal for a series of time. Then there might be a time you might back off from it. I do sometimes too. There are going to be times where you open it up and you don't know what to write. There are times I don't even know what to write, but sometimes I will just start analyzing, what have I felt recently? What do I feel like I need to get out? Because the longer you keep it in, that's going to make it even harder to deal with. That's going to make it, the longer you keep an intense emotion suppressed, that's when it's like, it's going to manifest into something else. And I'm not talking about the manifestation of like, oh, let me write a check and put it on the wall. I'm not talking about that type of manifest. I'm talking about it's going to grow into something that is not going to be really good for your body, not good for you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's going to end up hurting the people around you, your behavior. And then it becomes to the point where it becomes more so, it's not even a habit. You start to make it as to who you are. Oh, that's just how I am. No, that it may not be how you are. That might have been just because you done held on to this emotion that you've never dealt with, or this intense emotion that you have suppressed, and it's starting to come out, but it's starting to bleed and pour out poison on everybody else around you. So I highly, highly do recommend journaling. Get those tough feelings, deal with those tough feelings. If you want some journaling prompts or anything, go to my Instagram, Meg.A.DarkAlien writer. I'll link it. Or if you want to just talk or vent, you can email me, whatever. Go to my website, anything. Direct email me. I'll talk to you. Whatever you're going through, I'll talk to you. Like, seriously, no one deserves to suffer alone. I know what it's like to suffer alone. I know what it's like to be the only person in a dark place, but you don't want nobody else to feel what you feel. So you're the one that's like there for people, talking to them, even when you're going through your darkest moment. Kudos to those people that's out there that's like that. Y'all are the real aliens. Y'all are the goats, because you're helping even when you need somebody to pour it back into you, and you might not get it back, but you're just wanting to save someone else because it's saving you. So kudos to those type of people as well. Yeah, definitely. If you like the community, you like it here, you like being an alien, subscribe. I'd always respond back. I'll be probably doing another one, letting you know what I like to journal in, the moleskins and the loistrums and all that, which I got quite a few of those. What type of pens I like using, mainly fountain pens. So yeah, love to see you guys journaling. Keep it up. If you don't know what to write, just write write exactly what you're feeling. Write exactly what you're feeling, and if you don't know how to put it into words, I'll help you. If you don't know, if you just don't know, just comment, say something. I need a prompt. Go to my Instagram, and boom, there's a prompt right there. Like, or just stroll through. I might have one that might be relating to what you're feeling now. I may have posted it a week ago, whatever. I'm gonna get more consistent with it and start posting more of those, since it's to like help people that may not know what to write or even know how to put stuff into words, because that's really a good reason to start journaling, is to help you be able to express yourself, because that's also creating bad behaviors or I hate to say like bad behaviors, but like that's also what's creating that certain types of behaviors in people, is because they're not able to express themselves, and also not being able to express themselves the way they want to, free of judgment. Only God can judge you. If you feeling dark, suicidal, you should feel comfortable being able to say that to somebody you trust. So it also makes you look at the people around you too. So yeah, just get you a journal, get you a pen, and go for it. And I'm excited for you. And this is basically just me giving my input on journaling and how I've been doing 21 years of journaling, from a child to now as a grown woman. Have a good one.